We have a hand up from the audience. We're going to keep taking some questions. We have 20 minutes left. It's 7:40. So for Anna Gonzalez, I don't know how exactly it works over here, but in the chat. Okay, please, Julie, if you want to go ahead.
Can you not hear me if I talk?
Oh, we can hear you. Oh, there's voices. There's voices from people watching us. Thank you so much. Anna, please go ahead.
Hi, thank you. Well, thanks. Thank you, everyone. I just have a question. I think it was so interesting what you said, Kelly, before about the reality of going for a job and not being, and the risk that people have to take if they wish to disclose or if they ask for accommodations. I work as an advisor for students with disabilities at Concordia, and as an advisor, we develop accommodation plans. And so in a way, when you're in university, there's more protection in the sense that a professor cannot say you don't get extra time or you cannot take breaks to go through. There is, students have the support of staff members, and they have support from us to also advocate for themselves, and so they are not alone. And same when they go on internships, same thing if they need accommodations. We also come up with an accommodation plan. And so in a way, professors or supervisors or internships, they're not in a position to say just no. They just can't do that in university, right? And we also work on with professors also to improve, or I want to say improve, but maybe like change their attitudes, become more flexible. And so, but once you're out of the university, out of this world, it's completely different. And I wonder now, because I'm wondering, when I heard you say that, I wondered to what extent are we building skills that students in the future are going to need to deal with the social injustice? Because we like to focus on making it fair at university, right? To make it accessible. But that perhaps doesn't match the world. It doesn't mean that we have to be okay with it, because we still have to fight for social justice. But then when the person leaves school and faces this social injustice, and as you mentioned, some people may be privileged enough to be in a position where, they can talk, and it's a place that has flexibility and understanding. And going to court, is not as easy as, well, just take them to court. What can we do in the university as advisors, staff members, to help students to build skills to face that social injustice that they're probably going to face when they graduate?
Fantastic question. Thank you so much, Anna, for that. Anybody who wants to jump in, please feel free to do so.
That's a big question.
It's a big question. It certainly is. For our liberal institutions of higher education.
Yeah, I don't know that we have good answers. I think there's some things that we don't always have a solution for. I think teaching advocacy skills is extremely important, especially, again, when kids are young. So if the kid has a diagnosis when they're young, I know that the Mackay Center, for example, has an advocacy program where the kids between 8 and 10 years old, they explain to them their diagnosis, and they help them together as a group learn some self-advocacy skills. I think it's really important that knowing our rights, because not all employers are unethical, but there are many, unfortunately. It's really important to go into these conversations with workplaces knowing your rights in the first place. That is what will protect your job sometimes, not 100%, but it helps. And understanding what you can ask for. I think there's a lot of education to be done in terms of the employers needing to understand what they are allowed to do and what they really should not be doing. And there's a lot of misunderstanding in that sense. But as people, the only thing that we can really do is empower ourselves to know our own rights, to be able to advocate for ourselves, which is a skill. It's a skill that is learned. And that's why I bring my child to these kind of events too, because I want him to see what advocacy looks like. It doesn't have to look like me. It doesn't mean you have to walk around with a microphone. You need to come into yourself and find the way that you're going to be able to express yourself. So in terms of how Concordia can do that, I don't know if there's a course. Maybe there could be a course that can help that, or You know, just disability rights understanding, if that's the issue. Again, understanding your rights and then learning those skills of how you can advocate for yourself in a positive way.